What's going on, everyone? Welcome to this new YouTube video of mine. My name is David Fritz, and in this video we're going to talk about what exactly is the difference between a successful and an unsuccessful music producer. Before I start this video, make sure that you follow me on my socials like Instagram. Make sure also you follow my new tracks on Spotify. I released a few tracks with the record label Lisbon Journeys Records, Suave and Start Over, and the next few weeks there's going to be a few more tracks coming up. I released 4 more tracks with record labels, so I know kind of what I'm talking about. I know that I'm still a student of music. Just because I signed a few tracks with record labels doesn't mean that I'm done. I don't have to learn anything anymore. And this is also the first tip I'm going to give you. A successful music producer is always learning. He never stops learning. He's always a student of music. The moment you think you've learned everything, you learned everything in mixing, mastering, is exactly the moment where you're gonna stop developing yourself. And if you stop developing yourself, you're just gonna go backwards because you're gonna get slack of the things, and you create some sort of momentum if you actually continue learning. And you can learn a lot of things: music theory, mixing skills, learning your DAW, learning FL Studio, learning Ableton. An unsuccessful music producer just stays where he is now. He says he knows everything and he's not developing. He's not asking for feedback. He doesn't want to get feedback. He doesn't want to have this little bit of pain, which gonna make him grow long term way more than if he just sits on his success and thinks, I've produced 6 amazing tracks, that's it. No. As a music producer, if you want to become proper successful, you gotta learn for the next 5 to 10 to 20 years in this industry. As a successful music producer, you are gonna collaborate with people. And I'm not talking about that you have to have a famous rapper with you and you have to have an amazing connection with people who are already where you want to be. No, as a music producer, you have to sometimes talk with other musicians or music producers, and they can give you tips about their music the same amount as you can give them tips for their music. I have this friend of mine, his name is Matthew, and I met him in Australia, and we basically just met each other in a hostel. We were partying in Darwin. I was just like, yeah, this is sick. We talked about music production. I was really vibing in the conversation. And basically what happened is he just had this idea, hey, I just started a project recently. Do you just want to jump into it and just give me your ideas? Add something you want to add, take something away. So he sent me all of his mixing stems. I listened to the track and I was like, this is actually quite nice. I really like it. I like the melodies. I like the chord progressions. But I want to add a bit of more bassline. I want to change the kick a little bit. And just because I was focused on making his song better and making his song more what I think I liked, that made his song better. He had also new ideas for his track. And at the same time, by actually putting the energy into learning his track and understanding what he did and what I think could have done better, that's the moment when magic happened. And I learned a lot for myself. I've learned what he did. I understood what he wanted to put into the song. And just by creating one collaboration with one other producer, I could definitely level my game up. It's just to collaborate with random artists. I even collaborated with one other artist. Her name is Maria Moss. She created the song Superwoman, and I really like the vocals. So I just asked her personally, I asked her on Instagram, hey, do you mind if I just get those vocals from you? I want to create a little remix for you. I created a little remix from her vocals. I learned properly how to mix vocals. I actually had almost a little bit of pressure that I want to make this track really amazing. Just by putting in the effort with collaborating with other musicians, I had this almost urge to make this what I'm producing right now better, and I was putting 110% into that track because I knew that other people are involved. Another trait of a successful music producer or musician is that he knows exactly when he has to continue a project or when he has to stop producing on one project. I'm pretty sure we all have been in this situation where we produced a track and we didn't know where to go with it. We thought it's quite nice and weren't really sure. We were vibing it, but then we listened to it again in the car and then it sounded weak and the bass sounded weak. We started mixing on it a bit and then it still didn't work, and then we wanted to change something, add some other elements. And that's the moment when you have to know, as a successful music producer, you have to know when you have to stop producing a track. You have to put this song into your archive. Sometimes we think this track is so nice because we're in the moment and we're just focusing on creativity and stuff. But honestly speaking, from my experience, there's heaps of tracks where I thought they sound really nice. And then I show them to a lot of other people and they're like, yeah, it's alright. And usually if you ask the right people, they can give you some proper good feedback about it. Maybe that's just an opinion if you ask the wrong people. But a lot of times I just took this project and put it into my project archive because I realized that this track didn't have that potential I thought it would have. Other times you take your time and you don't release the track, you just put it in your project archive, and then after 5 or 6 months you listen to it again, you're like, oh, this sounds nice, I want to take this part of this track, put it into another track, because this part or this loop what I created here created an idea on the other side of this other track I'm producing right now. So don't delete the project, just put them into your archive, have them in the back of your head, and then sometimes in the next year or months, listen to it again and think if there's something you think was really nice and you want to listen to it again and use it for another track. The next thing is one of the biggest things I'm probably going to tell you, and this is also one of the things you're not going to like to hear. As a music producer, you have to invest a lot of money into yourself, into your education, into plugins to get better. If I'm honest, I probably spent for sure at least $1,000 already into just education courses to become better in music production or in tech house or in mixing skills. Because trust me, if you invest the money into a person where you know they have good skills, you know that they're doing it really well, then you know that their music is sounding really nice as well, that you're gonna come way faster to the result what a normal person would have come in the double or the triple of the time. If you want to level your game up and learn a lot of things in the shortest amount of time, invest the money. Trust me, invest it. It's definitely worth it. It's not wasted money. You could learn also all those things in YouTube videos, but trust me, if you actually buy yourself a course which covers the biggest things, the most things you have to learn, you're gonna save yourself heaps of energy, heaps of time, heaps of effort, heaps of trying, heaps of mistakes, because those people know exactly what they're talking about. So definitely invest your money into education, because it's definitely going to help you. Anyway guys, I hope this video could help you a little bit to become better in music production. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel as well, and also make sure to check out my Spotify, my SoundCloud, on Instagram. All the links are in the description below. Make sure you check that out. I hope you have a beautiful day guys, and keep producing amazing music.